widespread strike. Ah! Okay, you count down. Here we go. Oh no. Wait. Where's
Ah! It's coming.
I did it! Yeah!
Hey, you did it. Yes,
sir.
Yo, what's good, guys? HW last hairstyle year. I'm gonna be showing you guys different Mahito tips to make you the strongest Mahito player out there. After this video, you should be a master of Mahito and should not lose a battle. Without further ado, let's get right into the video.
I just wanted to remind you guys that if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, since it helps me a lot.
Let's get into tip number 1. As you may know, Stockpile can't normally hit enemies after a down slam since the hitbox doesn't reach the floor. But if you uppercut instead of down slam, you can hit them with both swings. And if you didn't know, as long as you hit the first swing, it guarantees the second one. Tip number 2.
The second tip, this is against the train. Mahito's domain can actually save you from the train if you didn't know. Like if you pop Mahito's domain, you have to pop it early though, because you have to pop it in advance before the train is coming. If you pop it against the train, it stops the train from actually killing you, which is actually a really, really useful tip.
Tip number 3. If an opponent uses wall jumps a lot during fights, then you can punish them with Focus Strike's chain variant, as it has a long and tall hitbox that can reach enemies high up. As soon as they wall jump, use Focus Strike's chain variant or R special to knock them off the wall. The chain will flip them past you and provide you with enough time to use body repel or any other move.
Tip number 4. Mahito's moveset has the most guard-breaking moveset out of every style in the whole game. This is really useful when fighting against a really passive player that blocks a lot, because you know those players that is always blocking, as you can use the number 2, the number 3, and the number 4 move to actually guard break and continue your combo, which is really, really strong in my opinion.
It is extremely good against passive players and goes really well with Soulfire. Soulfire is your second move. Soulfire can be used on grounded enemies, but it doesn't go through block. Even though it doesn't go through block, it is still a solid move because of its damage. Oh wait, I just realized I forgot to talk about the Stockpile Air variant. The Stockpile Air variant goes perfectly with Soulfire. After the last bullet of Soulfire hits, it creates the perfect distance to use the Air variant for Stockpile. These two moves paired together creates an amazing combo.
Tip number 5. Using body repel on a domain will damage it heavily, breaking it instantly in some cases, given that you are a short distance away from the domain.
This tip can also be utilized inside of the domain. Like let's say you're inside of Mahito's domain or someone else's domain. If you use that Mahito move, the body repel, it can help you break the domain easier, which can lead to you escaping faster. Tip number 6. Did you know that the face bleach move of Mahito Super Awakening can actually help in you surviving the train? It just kills the other person which you're targeting, which is actually really useful if you're trying to insta kill someone. Tip number 7 is really helpful in you getting your Super Awakening and transforming into your Super Awakening form every time you use your ultimate.
Chances if you use idle transfiguration right away. But if you just use it blindly to run at your enemy, there is a high chance that they'll just run out of your range or counter you. However, if you use it after a ragdoll move, the chances of you hitting it are much higher. Moves like Drill Splitter or Force Grabs throw both ragdolls. And if you didn't know, you can swap to your base form just like Megumi, which gives you access to moves like Body Repel and Focus Strike that allow for idle transfiguration to hit easily. But be careful with swapping modes, as it does drain a portion of your awakening bar.
For tip number 8, see if you use Soulfire and turn around really quickly, you can actually continue your combo and hit them back. And for this next tip, whenever you use your idle transfiguration, you can actually take away someone's move. You take away a random move from them, and this move can actually stop them from being able to use that move against you. So just make sure you use this wisely and to your advantage. For tip number 9 and 10, it's going to be based around Mahito's Super Awakening, as this tells you the full detail of Mahito's Super Awakening and the approximate time for each move.
Animation is also changed. And finally, your M1s will pull you to enemies.
Tip number 10. Mahito's first ability, Widespread Strikes, has a wind-up time of approximately 3.5 seconds, in which you can move extremely quickly, allowing you to catch up to enemies running away. The ability does around 60% total damage, which overshadows the fact that you get stuck on debris almost every time you use it, and the fact that it is really easily countered by just wall jumping or side dashing at the last second. But to combat this, you can jump during the wind-up in order to avoid debris, while also staying away from any walls that players can wall jump on.
For tip number 11, did you guys know that Mahito's body repel move now has a new variant? This variant gets you into the Mahito move. I'm pretty sure this is very useful for when you're running away. And I feel like this is also a really useful tip. And did you know that there's now an easy combo to do in your Super Awakening? Whenever you transform into your Super Awakening, if you use the new move and you use the focus strike, you can actually jump onto them and actually catch them and go straight into the move. Just watch.
Here's the real tech. If you use this move and you press face blitz while the opponent is in the air, it teleports you straight to the target and slams on the ground. This is crazy combination, not gonna lie.
For tip number 12, did you know that using Mahito's second awakening fully refreshes your awakening bar, which can be used to maximize the time in his awakening? That means instead of using it right away, when you get it, you can use it right as your awakening is about to run out in order to make the full use of your abilities. Okay, for the next tip, I'm going to be showing you guys an easy way to counter Mahito move. When fighting a Mahito player, most people try to stay ranged. So us, whenever we're using Mahito, we have to be careful, as people like to run away and stay at range because they know that Mahito, most of Mahito's moves is really close range, and it's really hard to fight Mahito players because Mahito players have one of the best techs in the whole game.
In Mahito's domain, you might want to just run away, but in the recent update, Mahito's sure hit effect will stop increasing for as long as the user is stunned. It's riskier to fight a Mahito in his domain, but if you think you can keep the enemy stunned for long enough, you'll survive. Remember, if the user gets out of stun, you're probably going to die.
Now, I'm going to be showing you guys some combos for Mahito's movesets in the base form.
You want to do 3M1s into Focus Strike, into another 3M1s into Soulfire, and then you want to use the air variant for Stockpile, and finally finish it off with a Body Repel. This next combo is if you have the Black Flash timing mastered. The combo is 3M1s into Soulfire, into the air variant of Stockpile, into a Black Flash, and then into a Body Repel.
The next tip, did you guys know you can actually knock people off the fighting stage map? Like if you're in a 1v1, if you get someone close to the edge and you use the body repel move, you can actually bring them and take them out of the map and get an easy win. But it's really difficult to do, and you have to be really lucky for you to actually do it.
Out of the map. But this guy just keeps going in the center. I think he knows. There's no way he does. This work? And oh god, it didn't work. Oh, it worked. Yo, it's out of the map. Yeah, and that's
For the next tip, if you're fighting the same player repeatedly, you should try and use different variants of Mahito. Like you can use your fist form to actually switch things up instead of using your actual fist. This will make you more unpredictable and more harder to fight as a Mahito player.
you can do this and extend it with Stockpile into Focus Strike, and yeah, you can do a lot of cool stuff, which is why I love Mahito. Like, look at that, he just rage quit it with
If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys go and subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell, and yeah, I'll go ahead and see you guys all in the next video. Yeah, money.
You better like and subscribe. What did I do? We gaming with pride. We moving around, but we moving with stride. I never knew what else to do with my fries. I work so hard, better like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.